want to welcome to the program right now the star of Benny Runs Wild, Benny Jaksick. Benny, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I am good. Thanks so much for coming on the program.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm very pleased to talk with you. And I have to say, Benny, I'm very impressed. You have quite the resume for someone who is not a teenager yet.
Thanks.
Absolutely. You are a black belt in karate, is that right?
Yeah, I actually just got my second degree a couple weeks ago.
All right, now you're just rubbing it in, Benny.
Yeah.
Congratulations, that's fantastic. You have your first hunting grand slam.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I love so cool. That was such a great opportunity, you know. Most kids don't get to do that, so I'm so thankful, you know, that I have such great parents and they've, you know, given me that opportunity to actually go after my grand slam. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely, it is. And you have your own TV show, Benny. You know, when I was 10, I was standing in front of my mirror with a hairbrush as a microphone, and you have your own TV show on Sportsman channel. What is Benny Runs Wild all about?
Well, basically it's kind of about me and my dad going out hunting. We go hunting all over the world. You know, in our first episode, we go fishing and hog hunting. And we just basically go everywhere. You know, sometimes we'll have my family, like my mom and my sister, they'll come along. My mom actually just had her elk hunt, so that's pretty cool. And so it's really just about hunting, and we really want to get kids outdoors. And, you know, maybe they'll see me kind of be on TV, and they'll be like, oh, man, that's so cool, you know, that a 12-year-old going out there and doing all that cool stuff. Maybe I want to go out there. So maybe they'll get their parents involved and they'll go out hiking. And so, you know, it's just really cool. And it's something that you don't get to do and like every day. And I just love it so much.
Well, we're watching some video here as we're talking, and you can tell that you love it. Of all of the places that you've been to, Benny, is there one place where you got a chance to do some hunting or some fishing that really stands out?
Probably the Tiburon Island down in Mexico. That was an awesome hunt. That was my desert sheep hunt, but also just the experience to like going down there and seeing all the houses, you know, and seeing how thankful, you know, I am, and it kind of makes you think, you know, we do take some things for granted, and you have to cherish everything you have, and that's probably why that was my favorite hunt. And plus, I got an awesome desert sheep. And that was just a really cool hunt, and yeah, it's just awesome.
That's fantastic. But, you know, look, you bring up a couple of really important things, Benny. The hunt is not just about the hunt itself. It's the entire experience. It's getting to see new places. It's getting to spend time with people that you love, and the conversations and the time together. The actual hunt, the time that it takes to take that animal is a very small portion of the overall experience.
Yeah, it was funny. My grandpa, you know, he tells me all these stories, but, you know, like you said, only a small portion is about him shooting the animal. It's all about the hunt, you know, how he almost got killed once by a rhino, you know, because it almost ran into him. And so there's just so many cool stories that go along with the hunt, you know.
Absolutely. Now, listen, Benny, I've got to ask you, what do your fellow students think about your adventures?
They think it's pretty cool that I'm a TV star, and you know that. So they treat me a little better, you know. But it's just, they just think it's pretty cool that I'm out there hunting too, and they just think it's awesome.
Well, I'm sure the fact you has anybody ever told you, Benny, you bear a slight Bieber resemblance? Like you could
really?
You do a little bit. You could be like a Bieber cousin.
I actually had like long hair at one point, and everybody, a couple people came up to me, and they didn't want me to sign my name, Ben. They wanted me to sign Justin Bieber because I looked like him.
Listen, that's not a bad thing, Benny. I can tell you, this is going to come in very handy as you get older and you continue your career in television. I got to ask you as well. You know, we've had a lot of stories that we've been covering on this program, Benny, of kids your age who have been suspended from school for like wearing a Second Amendment T-shirt or making their thumb and their index finger into the shape of a gun and playing cops and robbers at recess. Have you ever run across anything like that in all your years on Earth? Have you ever had a grown-up say, Benny, stop playing cops and robbers. Benny, stop Stop using your imagination. Stop playing with toy firearms.
No, I've never really had that happen to me before, but I've heard some things about it, but that's never happened to me.
I'm very glad to hear that. And no grown-up has ever given you a hard time for being a hunter?
No grown up. Like, a couple kids at school, they're like, "Oh man, why do you shoot animals? You know, you're so mean." But it's like, I just think of it as, that we have animals to hunt and to eat. You know, we don't just go out there and waste animals. You know, we eat them too. You know.
Yep,
So.
absolutely. And next time some kid asks you or tells you something like that, you ask them if they eat meat and if they know where that hamburger that they had in the lunchroom came from.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Benny, no one's going to walk away from you thinking that you don't care about animals, you don't care about what it is that you're doing. It's clear that you've got a real passion for this. And I got to tell you, man, I can't wait to see Benny Runs Wild. This looks like a great show.
Thank you, Cam.
Absolutely. Listen, you and your family come out to Virginia and come hunting some whitetail out here, all right?
All right, for sure.
All right. Benny Jaksick, star of Benny Runs Wild on Sportsman Channel.